Hey Gary, it's Q here. You have got to be one of the most frustrating guys to watch on YouTube. I really like watching your stuff. But in one video you can have me cheering you on in one instance, and in the next sentence I'm going, what is he talking about? Where does this come from? When you talk about using technology for a truly representative democracy, and you talk about fairness, and you talk about the relief of unnecessary suffering, and those kind of things, yes, I'm with you 100%. And I'm glad that there's someone like you on, sort of telling it like it is, if you know what I mean. And it's obvious from your videos that you've expended a lot of sort of mental energy in formulating these views, and delivering these views, and you'll be congratulated for that, because I'm glad somebody's doing it. But then you would say, I was watching a video, and you said that racists are racist because of love, and that the word love is shit, and I'm just, what? Where's this coming from? I mean, how could you possibly say that racism comes from love? It's not about love. It's nothing to do with love. It's nothing about love of race or anything like that. None of the studies, if you look at any of the studies, it's got nothing whatsoever to do with love. It's about fear of the unknown. It's about fear of different races. Racism is about fear of what you don't know. It's about the loss of power, and the fear of the loss of power. And it's about subjugating others, keeping other people down to elevate yourself. It's nothing to do with love. It's nothing about loving your race. It's about things you've talked about in the past. It's about selfishness. But that's not love. Another example you gave of husbands killing their wives because of love. No, husbands don't kill their wives because of love. Husbands kill their wives because of power. It's all about power. It's not about love. By anyone's definition of love. I don't know where you get this from. I don't know where the psychology of yours comes from. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to start any pop psychology on you or anything like that. I don't want to insult your intelligence. But man, I don't know how you could arrive at that. I mean, I have witnessed and experienced some fucked up evil shit in my life, living here in Belfast, being under the constant threat of death. I mean, I live in North Belfast, and that was the worst place to live as far as the troubles were concerned, and I've seen some awful things and experienced some awful things, but my psychology isn't as black as yours, and I don't know where that comes from. And it's not because I haven't thought about life. It's not because I haven't sat and cogitated about the meaning of life and the horrors of life. You know, I mean, I would say I've done that as much as you have, but I don't understand. Maybe it's something in your past. I don't know, but no, This is where you lose people. This is where your message is lost. And you've said in the past about it that you have an agenda on YouTube. You have a mission in YouTube. You're here to try and make the world a better place, and life a better place for everyone. And that's fantastic. And I agree with that, and I support you 100% in that. But whenever you say things like this, people just think you're nuts, because they can't well, I can't grasp what you're at all there. I don't see it. I don't see it. And this, the thing about being addicted to life. What? What does that mean? Addicted to life? That's as nonsensical as saying as you're addicted to air, or it's just, or you are addicted to democracy, or you are addicted to the notion of the reduction of suffering. That does. I mean, what's the point of using language like that? It just fogs up. It just fogs up the landscape, and that's why people react the way they do. They don't understand where you're coming from, how you can arrive at such conclusions, because they don't make any sense as far as they're concerned. It doesn't make any sense as far as I'm concerned. I don't see the world that you see. I see horror in the world. I see evil in the world. But I see extraordinary beauty. Extraordinary beauty, and I know it's subjective, but then everything is subjective. And I know you don't want to get into all that again, but everything is subjective. The only reason that that suffering is bad, and it is bad, and anyone who says it isn't bad, or that it doesn't mean anything, is out of their friggin' mind. But the only reason it is bad is because we subjectively know that it's bad. We don't objectively know that it's bad, we subjectively know that it's bad. Because objectively, we move away from the earth, stand outside and look in, and you start from a whole earth outlook. Then the suffering of humans might mean that. That's what objectivity means. Pull back even further. Imagine yourself outside the universe looking in. Human suffering might mean fuck all as compared to other civilizations, if there are any. Might mean nothing, or it might mean nothing in the whole scope of the whole universe. That's what objective means. In the context of humanity, yes, it means a hell of a lot, and yes, we should be doing everything within our power to reduce it. And I support you in your efforts to do that. But as for this other stuff, I don't know. I don't know where you're coming from. I just don't grasp it.